Welcome to the second session of speaking today at the conference organized by ESAANZ. It is the annual conference and the first virtual conference, and we would like to thank the organizers for including this panel on the program. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, Guringai people, who are part of the oldest surviving continuous civilization on this planet. We have a very interesting panel, if I may say, probably the most fun panel of the whole conference, as it is dealing with a subject area very close to the heart of many, many Australians. So our speakers today, I will introduce them briefly, and then I will hand over to Alan Tubery, who is going to introduce the topic and also share his presentation with us. Alan's Swiss-German mother introduced him to Eurovision. He is an avid collector of Eurovision 45T. He has been following every single contest since 1961. This is incredible. And he's an official DJ at the Eurovillage and Euroclub since 2013. Sadly, this year, as we know, has been different from everybody. But Alan, in the meantime, has been writing a book on Eurovision in the 70s due to COVID-19 inability of all of us to leave Australia. Alan also has produced some official remixes for the artist and a yearly podcast. He participated at the Eurovision International Conference in Amsterdam as a speaker, right? And also, I would say he is one of the truest Eurovision fans that Australia has ever had. He's a participant observer. He was in many locations entertaining guests and audiences worldwide, and he's also a member of ESAANZ. Our next speaker, Dr. Jessica Carniel, is a senior lecturer in humanities at the University of Southern Queensland. Located within the field of cultural studies, her research interests encompass multiculturalism, gender and cultural representation in Australian and global society. She has published widely on gender and ethnic identities in popular culture in multicultural Australia, including literature, television, and sport. She's the author of Understanding the Eurovision Song Contest in Multicultural Australia and the co-editor of Interdisciplinary Perspectives on Eurovision, Perspectives from Down Under with Chris Hayes, and this is a copy of that. The next speaker is Vincent Colagiuri, who was born in Sydney to an Italian family. He has been a professional musician for over 30 years, working as a pianist, conductor, and vocal coach for Opera Australia in touring musicals such as The Phantom of the Opera. And he's played in countless classical and popular concerts, which is absolutely incredible, as well as teaching. He is also a huge fan of the Eurovision Song Contest since 1996 and has attended the competition 4 times. So he is the expert on the musical part of this contest, which is extremely useful to all our listeners. We also have Michaela Soden, who is an Australian-born Queenslander, and she has been following Eurovision since 1971. This was 12 years before Australia officially started to broadcast Eurovision in live time. She's a member of various fan clubs, volunteering on the OGAE desk in Stockholm and Kiev, when accredited as a fan, and is a moderator at Eurovision Cafe and INFE Australia, which she can tell us more about. She has been going to every Eurovision live show since 2014 and has transferred her love for the contest to her children. She also has Masters in Nursing and Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Nursing. And lastly, we have a very interesting presenter, Curtis Carter, who is going to finish his class early. He's a Japanese teacher in his other life. He holds a Bachelor of Arts with a Bachelor of Education majoring in Japanese, modern history and international relations, a dedicated Eurovision fan since 2012, and the current secretary of OGAE Australia, which he will tell us about, and this is otherwise known as ESC fan club. He has been on the committee since 2018, seeing the growth and changing surrounding Eurovision in Australia, the living history. His first time in the contest was in 2016 in Stockholm, followed by 2017 in Kiev and 2018 in Lisbon, and the 2019 Junior Eurovision in Poland. Well, yesterday the Junior Eurovision in Poland finished, France won, and Australia sadly did not participate. Over to you, Alan, and let's hear more about this wonderful subject in Australia.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you, Nina. Welcome to Eurovision ESC in the times of crisis. The Eurovision Song Contest, or Concours Eurovision de la Chanson, as it is known internationally, is actually an international song competition organized annually by the European Broadcasting Union and featuring participants representing primarily European countries. Fortunately, Australia has been invited, and we have been participated since the Eurovision in Vienna. It was first established in 1956 in an attempt to reunite the continent of Europe after the hostilities of World War II. Each participating country submits an original song to be performed on live television, with competing countries and casting votes for the other countries' songs to determine a winner. Based on the Sanremo Music Festival, held in Italy since 1951, Eurovision has been held every year since 1956, making it the longest running European annual music festival. But due to COVID, the 2020 edition was for the first time cancelled. As of 2019, 52 countries have participated at least once. Originally consisting of a single evening event, the contest has expanded greatly as new countries joined, leading to the introduction of relegation procedures in the 1990s and eventually the creation of semi-finals in the 2000s. As of 2020, Germany has competed more times than any other countries, and except one edition, while Ireland holds the record for the most victories with 7 wins in total. Performing at the Eurovision Song Contest often provides artists with a local career boost, and in some cases, long-lasting international success. Several of the best-selling music artists in the world have competed in past editions, including ABBA, Nana Mouskouri, Celine Dion, Julio Iglesias, Cliff Richard, and Olivia Newton-John. Eurovision features among the world's most watched non-sporting event every year, with hundreds of millions of viewers globally. This year will have reminded us of 2 essential functions of Eurovision. 2 major contributions, too often forgotten and disdained by its scorners. At the individual level, it arouses positive feelings in us. At the collective level, we come together around a happy event. This double experience is the cornerstone of the competition, the one which cements our attachment to it. This is why we follow the contest on a daily basis and why we are unfailingly attached to it, why we love it. We went and are still going through difficult times. We have seen certain foundations of our existence shaken. Values that we thought were immutable have been brutally replaced by others. We have been separated from our families and friends. We have experienced anguish, fears, incomprehension, denial, grief, mourning, anger, and revolt. But Eurovision brought us constantly feelings of distraction, fun, laughter, giggles, good humor, and happy memories. Its rich history, the songs, the artists, the latest informations have allowed us to escape into a better world. And here it is already guiding us, hopefully, to another festive contest in Rotterdam, and hopefully a memorable Eurovision 2021. For some, their days, their weeks have been full of loneliness. We have faced the ultimate test of the social beings that we are. Distance, isolation, prohibition of physical and human contact. It makes sense, but it's nonetheless a difficult ordeal. But Eurovision music brought families and the fans together, brought us closer, gave us the support of the community of interest, passion, and art. Some online concerts were organized, like the Italian artist Diodato at the prestigious Verona arena. We Eurofans are never alone. We members of Eurovision clubs have never been separated. We rely on our respective presences, our exchanges, and our daily conversations to get over this situation. We emerge more united and even closer to the ultimate test of the cancellation of this 2020 edition. So that's what Eurovision is partly for, to make people happier, to unite them in joy, to brighten up their years. Few of the events cause so much happiness to so many people, and that's what makes the competition all the more valuable. My name is Tubery, and Nina said I'm a dual citizen from Australia and Switzerland.